okay right where it is. Cool. Spread out, give yourself some room. Everybody on their right leg. Just stand on your one right leg. Cool, lift your other foot off the ground by about 6 inches. Don't let it float too far away. Keep it close by. Take the opposite hand. Your left hand, raise it in the air. Cool. Good, now, on my count, I want you to sink down and touch the toe that's still standing. And when I say up, come back up. So I'll say down, and I'll say up. Down. Down, down, down. See, so a lot of muscular imbalances show up right now. So I don't have to assess you too hard to know, okay, tight adductor, weak gluteus medius. Because if you're doing this and you feel like your knee is buckling in, clear indication that there's that reciprocal inhibition, whereby the middle part of your thigh is overpowering your ability to externally rotate. Up! You see a lot of ankle instability, knee instability, and hip instability by putting someone in this compromised position. You're very vulnerable right now. So your nervous system has to fire off in 1,000 different directions to figure out what muscles to turn on in order to keep you from eating the concrete. Down. Sure, I can show you how to squat more weight. Can you touch your toe first? No, all right. Fuck that, we ain't going anywhere else. So it's an assessment, it's an exercise, it's maintenance. That's why it's important. Prehab, I guess you can call it. Low-level plyometrics. What we're going to do is we're going to progress this up towards where we're doing full-body ballistic plyometrics. So it's just going to get progressively more difficult. Right leg, and we're just going to work on landing. You see what I did there? You want to jump reasonably high, but it's not so much about the jumping as it is about the landing. You want to think of your leg as a shock absorber. You want to first begin by flexing at the hips, knees, ankles, and catching the ground with your leg. You see? As opposed to, you want to sink into it. And you also want to sort of mimic an athletic stance. So if you come here, you want to be ready. Do you see? So that ready position is where the chest is up, the eyes is up, the eyes are up, the hips are back, and it's almost like if I were a linebacker, but on one leg. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is get on that one leg, get on your right leg, and again, on my signal, you're going to jump, think about tucking the knee, a slight knee tuck, and then land. Stay there until I have you repeat. Right leg, ready? Show your chest off. Yeah, see your hips. Big chest. Come around and work with you guys a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Good. Find that same spot. If I came and adjusted you, or if Chris came and adjusted you, find that spot again. You see, it doesn't take much, but really what we're working on is getting your nervous system, your muscular system used to solid structure, solid posture, good structural integrity. Just because I'm talking doesn't mean don't hold the position. It's a part of the fucking workout. So hold the position. And go. Good, nice. Go. If you find that your pogo sticking around a lot, that's because you're too stiff in your landing. Think about absorbing, softening into the ground, but in such a way that you're tender and aggressive, right? There's that fucking weird ass term again. You want to be tender enough to allow yourself to be caught by the ground, but aggressive enough that you don't collapse into the shit. You see? Ready? Go. It's just that perfect amount of muscular tension. Go. We're going to begin with the first line. You're going to get back into that athletic position. You see, this is how I used to train large groups of people out in the park, especially athletes. We really didn't need to do anything that fancy, because just by mastering your own body weights, particularly in these compromised positions where you're on one fucking leg, you can develop a serious amount of athleticism and strength. I mean, you talk about burning sensation in your legs, right? You don't gotta do 21s. to get a burning sensation. You stand on your fucking leg. So, very potent, powerful stuff, but simple. We're gonna take the first group. You guys are gonna go a few steps ahead of the one behind. Right there is good. You're gonna start from that athletic position. And you're gonna jump and reach out, boom, and catch yourself on the opposite leg, right? Magic. You did it on one leg, now we're doing it from one leg to the next. When you land, it should be quiet and you should absorb the shock. And go. Good. Coming this way more. Not so out to the side, more this way. First group again, go. Life doesn't happen in the sagittal plane alone, correct? You know what that means? It means we're not all right here. Especially if you're an athlete, you've got to work in the frontal plane, right? So we're gonna do the same thing here in order to build a well-rounded joint capsule, well-rounded athlete, and we're gonna work in the frontal plane. Go! Good. Back onto 2 feet. This group, walk back just a little bit. So when designing programs for yourself or anybody else, whatever the case may be, when you begin the exercise portion of your program, you want to begin with the most neurologically demanding exercises. Not necessarily the heaviest ones, not the ones that give you the biggest pump, but the ones that require the greatest neurological activation, the more neurologically demanding. And you know that it's going to be of high neurological demand if you decrease the base of support. Essentially, put them on one fucking leg. Do you see? Because it's going to require a lot more of your central nervous system, a lot more active concentration to be able to do all the things that we're doing on one leg. Now, if you want to build power, because what we're doing is working on the stability. Flexibility, stability, power, strength. Or strength power, depending on how you design it. But anyway, so now that we've worked on the stability of the joints, a little bit of power, what Chris is going to do is going to get you back on 2 feet, and then we work basically the same type of exercises, but now from 2 feet where you can exert that much more power, and it starts making more sense.